on, man. Throw it down.
Do the hop. Come on. Do the hop.
Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Cheeks as red as a blooming rose, eyes are the prettiest brown. She's the darling of my heart, sweetest little girl in town. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away.
Hey everybody, it's Robert. We are here in Boston at the House of Blues, right across from Fenway Park, for Tom Petty and Mudcrutch tonight. As you can see, we have someone lurking in the background back there. That's my good friend Andrew Stone. He's joining me tonight. He's going to be hanging out. He's going to be giving me my report card at the end of the night. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for being here, bro.
Don't screw up tonight.
That's going to happen. I'm just going to get out of the blocks right away here. That's going to happen. All right, let's just. At any rate, we're going here today. Pretty nice day today. We wrestled with it just like we always do on a day-to-day. Did some virtual sound check, got everything kind of tidied up, ready to go. So I think we're going to have a great show here tonight. There's a game at Fenway tonight. This is going to be rocking tonight. It's just going to be madness down here on the street. So, you know, if you don't see me again, if there are no more videos after this one, you'll know what happened tonight, okay? All right, so I thought I would take you through one other little workflow here. This is a little mini one that I do on drums. This is one somebody specifically asked me about at a show here recently where they were listening to the drum sound specifically on a couple of songs where we have a shuffle playing. The drummer's playing shuffle either with brushes or with sticks, and they were asking me how I was getting that sound, you know, how I was getting all the grace notes and everything on the snare drum. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing that, and you guys are welcome to steal it and use it. It's all public domain. All right, so let me get the camera turned around. I'll take you through it. See you in a minute. Bye-bye. All right, so I'm just going to take you up to one of my touch screens here and kind of give you the layout of this. As you can see here, here's my two bass drums, my inside, outside. Here's snare top and snare bottom like you normally would have. But I also add a third channel now, and it's kind of called snare drum goo. It allows me to put some processing on the snare drum or do some things to the snare drum that are specific to a song or specific to a sound that I'm going for. The way I get this is I take an actual aux bus out through a plug-in and then return it back to this channel. Now, before you guys freak out in terms of latency, yes, I understand that this is a latent path, meaning this goo path is going to be later than the other path, but I actually do some manual retime alignment of that before it gets to the master bus. I won't go into how I do that today. It's a little complex for what I want to show here, but I'm just going to show you the concept first, and then I'll let you guys worry about the latency later. All right. So in this situation, where I want to enhance this shuffle and catch all these grace notes, I use the SPL Transient Designer to do that. All right. So. But actually, I guess to give you the plug-in chain, I'll describe this first. I go auxiliary bus out of the console into real tape saturation, all right? That's my bridge plug-in. So I go aux bus out to the plug-in, return the plug-in to the channel, and then insert the Transient Designer. And then I also insert a reverb on that I balance with the mix. So there is actually dry snare and wet snare in that reverb. So I usually do a very tight, bright room on it to just kind of enhance the snare quality and get it nice and bright. Now, in this Transient Designer, the idea here is that if somebody's playing a shuffle, you want to take out the snare hit and pull up all the grace notes. So you just set up the attack to take that snare hit out and then add tons of sustain to it, and it'll pull up all those grace notes, and then you just literally are adding the grace notes to the snare drum on that fader. It works fantastically well. Maybe I'll record part of that tonight and run it as an example after this little discussion here. So I hope that made sense to everybody. Like I said, watch out for the latency landmine there. You can't just go aux bus out through that plugin and return it and add it to the snare. It'll comb filter if you do it. You got to account for that latency later on in the path and get things realigned. But if you can do that and do this path, it works really, really good. All right, that's your tip for the day. I'll see you guys after the show. I'll check in with you after the show. Maybe I'll let Andrew do the check-in after the show. That's probably the better move. We'll just let Andrew give the post-show report. That'll be awesome. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Shady Grove, I say, Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say, Shady